Hi Taurus, welcome to your March reading. So when I was looking at your astrology, all I kept thinking was, wow, the vibe is back. Ooh. Ooh. You want to be cute, you want to look cute, you want to be out here. Welcome to the Pisces season pajama party. I hope you like it. Okay. Until March 21st, Venus is in Pisces. So you have a chance to feel and explain at the same time. You're good at feeling, great at feeling. That can get a little bit tricky when you try to explain. But right now, you're feeling, you're explaining, you're vibing, you're out, you're about, you're making deals. You feel the sun having rounded that corner now. It's not far now. If there are money conversations, which you will need to have them because this is a whole boss leveling up time for you, just be as calm and corporate and business-minded as you can. It's the best thing for you to do in any money situation right now. Let's see, what else? From about March 15th forward is when you really start to feel the vibe. Like, oh, I feel better. I feel successful. I feel attractive. I feel ready. I feel healed. Very important. And as this healing happens, this gratitude starts to grow within you. You've probably felt this already. You plant the seeds and things happen. You plant the seeds and things happen. And if you happen to have dominant Leo placements, even more. You plant the seeds and things happen. Especially because you feel good about you. Period. I would say that from now until Leo season, if you make a concerted effort to do a gratitude ritual of some kind, a prayer, whatever you want to do, once a week from now until Leo season, you will see how much abundance comes in. I mean, from the astrology, it's just money flows. That's what I've written down. Money flows. Ace of Pentacles and strength. It's like, I hope you're strong enough for all this money. But you have to keep a balance. Because one of the things, Taurus, that's very important here is that when times like this are upon you, you've got to be generous with the people around you. Because this can inspire a lot of jealousy. It's nobody's fault. Nobody's being terrible. It just is how it is. It's human nature. And so you have to account for that. And you have to do some, maybe not damage control, but just be generous with your people. It'll keep you on top. You know, 2 of Wands, King of Wands, 7 of Wands. That's a lot of fire. That's a lot of productivity. It's a lot of movement. And as of March 21st or so, you feel this as the sun goes into Aries, comes up right behind you. And it gives you that little bit more of a push that you needed just to dominate. By the end of the month, this feeling that money and success is just, Your cup is just running over. It's so palpable. Be careful when you get there. Be careful how you use your words. Remember what I'm saying about people needing to feel like they're on the inside of this winning. It will just keep your winning streak going even longer if more people are involved. You see what I'm saying? Oh, a card here turned around. I mean, if there is more abundance in a reading this month, I haven't seen it. It is an uncanny amount of money. It's an extremely successful month for you, mashallah. And as of the 25th, between the 25th and the 28th, what I have written down here is that the internet is a door to the world for you. And if you have a business, it would be such a great idea for you to do something that captures the mind, the internet mind, a giveaway, a contest, a meditation, a meetup, whatever you want to do in that March 25th to 28th area is going to bring you a special something more than what you're already doing. And that puts you right up against that full moon. So also at that time, you have to stay on your toes because your emotional balance, bottom of the deck, 3 of Swords, 3 of Wands, the 6 of Cups, and the 7 of Cups. Your emotional balance becomes really important when you have quite a lot of prosperity coming in. It is not easy to be emotionally balanced when things are not going well. In some respects, it can be harder to be emotionally balanced when things are going very well. It's a unique kind of pressure, and it requires you to keep your principles and what's important to you, your priorities, central. And if you can do that, which you obviously can do, that's a big part of your personality, then what you find is that it's easy to get back to the center. Things get really good, you're very happy, save the money, invest the money, build on the success, keep networking, build on the relationships that you make, and don't let any of it go to your head. Don't let any of it make you rush other parts of your life that have yet to still, you can't cook noodles in cold water. There are parts of your life where the water is still heating up. This aspect of your life, abundance, money, work, success, this is the part that's moving, so let it move. Allow the parts of your life that are wanting to flow right now, allow them to flow without then focusing somewhere else and saying, oh, well, I wish this part of my life. Be grateful here now for what you're getting. And you will get more and more and more and more. Between the 27th and the 30th, you have a chance to do some very deep healing. And I think that's what this is about here. Essentially, you have a chance to let something go. Not because you don't want anything with that person or that thing anymore, but you have a chance to let the sorrow go. You have a chance to look at it with optimism again if you choose, or just a chance to move on if that's what you would prefer. In either case, the point is really that where there was confusion and perhaps even a bit of panic, now you find a sense of security and maybe feeling like you used to about love a long time ago. That's sweet. It's very sweet. Good. So, This is such a positive reading, and there's so much good advice here for how to deal with abundance. I think you'll be, even though you know what's come up, I think you'll be quite surprised when you see the cards, because it's it flows very nicely, you know, and that's exactly how the month is going for you in March. It just flows very nicely from win to win to win. And all you need to do is not get into your temper and not get into your impatience and not get into your that violence with words that you can have. Just if you keep away from that, all of this pours in, and all you have to do is receive it. Fantastic. I love you. Let's look at these cards. Hi, Taurus. Welcome to the second part of your reading. All right. So here it is. Let's start with that Strength card. So much to say just in that one card. 1, that it's Major Arcana. 2, that it's the first card out. And 3, it so beautifully encapsulates what March is for you. It's a beautiful celebration of you and the way that you invest in things and the way you work at things and the way you have this innate drive that you can, I hesitate to use the word infect in our day and time, but you know, your motivation, your drive, it can be contagious. And maybe that's not something that you are known for. It's like getting up and motivating other people, but you absolutely are like that, and more so in March perhaps than the rest of the year. So the sun moving into Aries is where all the real kind of big pushes forward are. Until then, right, there's a few things that you can do that will just make that fire coming in that much better. There's prep that you can do now. So what does that mean? Well, if you know the vibe is back, then you know that around the 20th, the vibe is going to be set on fire and be even that much more lit, right? So what can you do? You can really pay attention to how you're dressing up and how you look and what you're wearing. You can adopt this air of being unbothered. Let me explain to you the best way to do this. You're a bull carrying a lot of treasure. Is it worth charging at somebody who just happens to be wearing a red shirt and losing all the treasure that is now placed on your back? In other words, Taurus, now is not the time. But it is the time to talk about money. Ace of Pentacles, 2 of Wands. It is time to talk about money. It is time to talk about expansion. It is time to talk about promotion. It is time to talk about what you feel you should be making. And that is a valid thing to say in that conversation. As you come more and more into yourself, the people around you become more and more vocal in their support, and it feels like you've got the whole world behind you. With this comes great gratitude from you, hopefully, and therefore a multiplication of that already very abundant energy, and you start to feel that money flowing in. Now, it's important at this time, 3 of Swords, to keep your balance, like I said. It's important to use your circle and the people you trust to help you keep your balance. But another way that you can do it is you can shed some really antiquated ideas or hang-ups that you just aren't even trying to let go of. I think you'll see towards the end of Pisces season and the beginning of Aries season, I think you'll see how a lot of pain is caused by those beliefs that you refuse to reevaluate. to you that is immediately a negative thing. But what if it wasn't? What if you were doing it in the name of evolution and, for the better, the good, for your greater good? Then what? Now, I will say that another reason that anyone would shy away from doing this kind of work, and you would be justified, is that it does bring up this sense of abandonment. And that is a theme for you that you're working with in March, April, May. So is it the most comfortable conversation? Are the things that you need to let go of just small trifles? No, not at all. These are big things. These are big things. But, funnily enough, you find that as you start to dismantle these beliefs and let them go, the empty space that creates is filled with more money and, more importantly, great ideas. So that World card also referring to the enormous amount of money you can make online this month. Just sit down and think about it. The goal, Three of Wands, is financial independence. Being able to get away from or go away from or get to anywhere, anytime. Right? This goal is the kind of goal that keeps you moving. It keeps you smart. It keeps you hungry. And when you're like that, your emotional balance is everything. So this Seven of Cups is troublesome and needs to be dealt with right away. And how do you do that? It hits you kind of like a ton of bricks around the 20th. And then there's Venus there too in Aries. And from the 27th to the 30th, you have this Seven of Cups period where you have deep, deep healing going on. But man, is it confusing and is it scary? It's really scary. But when you come out of it, you will have lost a cup, but you will have gained an enormous understanding of not only what you're like in a relationship, but what a relationship would even look like now, considering how much you've changed. You spend the month, Strength card, focusing on you and celebrating you, and by the end of the month, you're thinking, wow, through this celebrating of me and focusing on me, I've really learned that I'm so very different than I thought I was. Things have changed me. And so is it not then fair to assume that perhaps your ideas about relationships or what you think you like or what you think you are like would also be antiquated and need revision? The end of March can give you that, the 27th to the 30th. So, take advantage of that. Avail that opportunity. Okay. Taurus. Okay, so listen, if you want to know more about that Leo, this fire sign, this money coming in, this Libra, that's just treating everybody like an option, check out the extended. That's available on Vimeo and through a PayPal link. If you would have liked to have seen the first part of this video early, and by early I mean almost a week and a half, 2 weeks early, head on over to Patreon. There's a link below. And for $3 for the whole month, you can see all the videos early. I'm going to make another option where you can just have the Taurus option, and then the early video, the normal video, the extended, and any other bonus material will all be on there for just that monthly thing. So, whichever one you feel like, there's a Patreon link. If you would like a personal 7 to 10 minute recorded reading sent to your inbox, click on the Cameo link below. If you prefer live one-on-one video chat readings, click the Chatalize link below. And if you are interested in a look at the transits, the astrological transits of the day and how they affect your signs, come join the Rev Fam at the Quietest Revolution on Instagram. Super fun. If you like these rings, these are part of our Revolution Rings collection. This one is called The World. It is being manufactured now. We also have the High Priestess and the Empress. There is a link for those below as well. I think that's it. All right, Taurus, I'll see you in the extended right now.